Do you know why every company in the 2000s quit doing 2D animation all at the same time? It was because they needed a scapegoat. And it wasn't just Disney, it was all of them. And the reason was simple. They didn't want to explain their bad marketing and storytelling decisions to corporate executives, and so they blamed it on audiences and said that they no longer wanted 2D animation. For DreamWorks, they had three flops back to back to back. They had The Road to El Dorado, which only made $76 million on a budget of $90 million. They had Spirit, which only made $122 million on a budget of $80 million. And then the final nail in the coffin for DreamWorks was Sinbad, which only made $60 million on a budget of $80 million. Sinbad cost the studio so much money that Jeffrey Katzenberg, the CEO of DreamWorks, said that traditional animation is now a thing of the past and they shuttered all 2D animation projects. What he failed to mention, though, was that all three of these projects went up against extremely stiff competition, with Sinbad going up against none other than Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl. Poor Spirit went up against both Spider-Man and Star Wars Episode II: Attack of the Clone. And El Dorado's release date was in March, which is a notoriously bad time for movies. At the same time, Warner Brothers Animation Studio was dealing with three flops back to back to back themselves. The first being Quest for Camelot, which only made $38 million on a budget of $40 million. After the failure of Quest for Camelot, they then refused to market The Iron Giant, and it only made $31 million on a budget of $50 million. After that, they released their final nail in the coffin, which was Osmosis Jones, which only made $14 million on a budget of $70 million. After this, Warner Brothers Animation decided not to pursue traditional animation anymore and focused once again on 3D and live-action films. Disney soon followed suit and had their own slew of failures. First was The Emperor's New Groove, which went directly against Jim Carrey's The Grinch in box office. This was followed by Atlantis, which went against Shrek, of all things. After that came Treasure Planet, which went directly against Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And then finally 2004's Home on the Range, which is when Disney was finally ready to give up. During this same time frame, big budget 3D animation pictures had come out and they were doing spectacular. We had Shrek, we had Pixar coming out with Finding Nemo, Toy Story, etc., Madagascar, all of them were making it big. And so what did the animation companies do? They said it's because these were 3D animated pictures and those were 2D animation pictures, and that there was no way for hand-drawn animation to compete with 3D animation, completely ignoring the fact that most of these 2D animation pictures were critically poorly received. Most of the 3D animation pictures were given their best directors, their best writers, and had amazing critical reception. Maybe, just maybe, that also had something to do with it.